Okay, so now we can look at what conversion tracking actually gets you. As soon as you add conversion to your success page, you should start to see these extra columns over here all about conversion. And right now we're looking in the Pygmy Goats campaign, and you can see the conversion data on the ad group level as a whole. So it's collapsed everything and tracked back what's happening to the ad group. So for example, and I'm showing two different ad groups here. I know previously I only showed one. For example, you can see that my conversion rate for the pet goat market is a little bit less. It's only 17.2%. Only 17.2% of the people that land on that newsletter sign up page are actually signing up than it is for the Pygmy Goat page. And you'd expect that because that web page, remember, is more specifically about Pygmy Goats. Let's go back to the web page for a second. Here's the web page. Learn amazing Pygmy Goat secrets. It doesn't say learn amazing pet goat secrets. And there's a picture of a pygmy goat, and there's the word Pygmy Goats all over the page. So people that had pygmy goats on the brain would be more likely to sign up than people that had pet goats on the brain. That's what you might expect, but it's nice to see exactly what the effect is, because what that tells me is that, you know, pet goats is not too far afield from pygmy goats to go after it. If I were to show you the ad group for goats, you'd see that the conversion rate goes way, way down, and it's just too far afield. And this is how you discover which keywords are too unrelated, and where that, you know, gray zone ends and the black zone begins, where you really shouldn't be going after expanding your keywords. So on the campaign level, that's what you can see. You can see the cost per conversion, because remember, the cost per conversion is a function not only of the conversion rate, but also how much you're paying per click. And I'm paying 6 cents a click here as opposed to 5 cents a click. Why is that? Well, I've got a lower click-through rate, and my entire set of content is just less related to what the pet goat market wants than what the pygmy goat market wants. And if you remember back to the very first lesson where we talked about relevance, relevance is everything on the internet. So your conversion rates will give you clues with regards to how relevant you are to the keywords that you're bidding on. So I can see it's costing me 33 cents per conversion, per sign up. Now in my case, I chose to track newsletter signups because I know that about 1 out of 10, 1 out of 15 people is going to buy, and they're going to buy a $10 set of audios. It's a digital set of audios, so I've really got no costs. So if I'm not spending more than $5 or $6 on a sale, I'm making a profit. And so 33 cents is kind of starting to get to the edge of where I want to be, because I'd like to make 2 to 1. I'd like to make 2 to 1. So if I found another keyword group that had a lot of volume and I was paying 40 cents a conversion, so I was only making maybe, you know, a 10% margin, maybe I would do it anyway because it's better to have the money than not. But my goal here was to make 2 to 1, and so I stopped it there. So that's what conversion tracking can tell you on the campaign level. But then let's dig into the ad group level, because you'll get conversion data on that level as well. And within the individual ad groups, I'm just waiting for the keywords to load. And you're so lucky that the keywords groups loaded quickly enough, because when they don't, it's my custom to sing the Pygmy Goat song, and you don't want to hear me sing that because I sing like a moose in heat. And what you can see here is within the ad group, which of the keywords are working for you and which ones aren't. And so right now I'm sorted by clicks. You can see for the keywords that are producing the most volume, I usually just scan through this to be sure that there's no cost per conversion that's higher than I really want to pay. And if there's something that's got a particularly low cost per conversion, I ask myself, is there some way I could leverage that more? Do I want to make a specific page for it? Looks like people that forgot to put the space in, I've got a higher conversion rate for them. That makes sense, because it's not really about those people. When people forget to put the space in, not a lot of advertisers advertise specifically on those ads, and so you have less competition. That's why you get a higher click-through and a higher conversion. And yeah, look, I've got an astronomical click-through rate on that. So that's why that's happening. It's a good thing to have it there. Doesn't necessarily mean I should make a landing page all about Pygmy Goats without a space in it, because I think those people probably know that they forgot to put the space in when they get there. We see the same thing with Pygmy Goat. It's a lower conversion. And I might sort by the cost per conversion. Just wait for a second to get that to sort. Uh-oh. Starting to be time to sing the song. Getting close to singing the Pygmy Goat song, the Pygmy Goat song. Oh, you guys are lucky. And now I'm sorting by the cost per conversion, and you see that the highest cost per conversion here is 28 cents. Can that be right? Didn't we just see some cost per conversions that were higher? I guess there's nothing that's converting that's costing me more than 28 cents in this group. Well, that's good. That means I've got no trouble in this group. I haven't looked at this for years and years and years. So it just shows you that when you do the research and you set things up right, sometimes you really can run these things on autopilot. It's pretty amazing. Sometimes you can't. In more competitive markets and, where people are looking at your ads and studying you closely and trying to replicate you, you do have to watch a little more closely. But I really haven't looked at this in years except to see that there's money coming in the bank every month. So good feeling. Okay, so there's no real trouble here like that. The only other thing I would tell you is that it can be a little misleading because a zero cost per conversion is what Google displays when nobody converts. So the last thing you want to do with your conversion rate is you want to sort by the cost, and you want to make sure there's no ad group that you're paying a lot of money for that absolutely nobody is converting on. Oh, it's time to sing the Pygmy. Oh, you're lucky. And here we've got my heaviest cost keyword groups, and I don't see any of the heavy cost keyword groups that are yielding zero. Here's one where I got 10 clicks and I've got nobody converting. It looks like I decided to delete that. I normally would have waited longer. I would have, if my average conversion rate was about 20%, then I probably would have wanted to see 40 or 50 clicks before I deleted it. But this was a case where it probably threw up some suspicion when I saw that nobody was converting after 10 clicks, because the keyword was Pygmy Goats for sale, and the website has absolutely nothing to do with Pygmy Goats for sale. Sure, you might say someone who's looking for Pygmy Goats for sale would really want to know how to take care of Pygmy Goats, but maybe what was happening was those people had already learned about how to take care of Pygmy Goats and they were just looking to buy one. And indeed, in this market, what happens is there are a lot of Pygmy Goat enthusiasts who already know how to take care of them, and they're just looking for good deals. So that's what you do with conversion tracking on the keyword level. There's one more level which is particularly important, and that level is the ad level, and you can actually start to look at which ads are converting better than other ads. Now, I'm going to defer the full discussion about evaluating ads based upon their conversion rate for another video because it deserves its own video. Just at this point, I'd like you to notice that if you have an ad that's got a really great click-through rate, but your conversion rate is dramatically lower, that's not the case here. The ad with the better click-through rate also has a better conversion rate, and that will frequently be the case, but not always be the case. Why will it frequently be the case? It'll frequently be the case because usually you're working hard to provide relevance on both your website and your ad and to get everything matching up. And when you do that successfully, your conversion rate goes up because you're attracting the right people, and your click-through rate goes up because you're attracting more of them. It's not always the case. If I wrote an ad that had something to do with Pygmy Goats for sale, and I said, get the best deal on Pygmy Goats here, my click-through rate might go up dramatically for Pygmy Goats for sale. We just saw that keyword wasn't working for me, but nobody would opt in. The conversion rate would go way down because I'd be attracting the exact wrong type of person. So what to register at this point is if your click rate is higher on an ad before you select that ad as the winner, just do a quick check to be sure that the conversion rate hasn't gone down dramatically. In the next video, I'm working on another video for you. It's a little more complicated, so I want to make sure I can explain it in a simple way. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to combine the click-through rate, the conversion rate, and your cost per conversion into one number that is the most accurate number you can look at when you are choosing a winning ad. And that's how I choose all of my winning ads.